Do you feel that it's a struggle to find the perfect nail trust eyeshadow palette for every day? Do you? Well, let me tell you that Makeup by Mario just came out with the brand new Master Matte eyeshadow palette, the Nail Trust. It is $50, made in USA, and in this video, we're gonna find out if this is the ultimate solution for everyday eye looks. The packaging is very basic, it's white, and it's also super plasticky, I guess because it's recyclable. It is not my cup of tea when it comes to packaging. I like my packaging a little bit more luxe, more classy, I don't know, more to it. But, I mean, to each his own. It is pretty practical when it comes to traveling because you're not risking it on breaking it or nothing like that. They go from MN1, MN2, all the way to MN12 because we have 12 shades inside. I feel that the common issue that a lot of people have when it comes to nail trust eyeshadow palettes is that they look ashy in some people because they're too cool tone, or maybe they look muddy and dirty in other people because they're way too warm. I feel that we don't have like the perfect balance of both of them, that they look good on every single skin tones. So hopefully this one does. Here I have your swatches of both of his palettes together. You have the first one and the new one. As you can see them side by side, they don't look the same or similar at all. In the first palette, we're getting the mustardy, the beige, the caramel tones, and everything in his first palette, it is warm, all the way warm. And then in the new one, we do have a little bit more of variation when it comes to nudes. We have a little bit of warm tones with a little bit of cool tones, but I do feel that we have a lot more cool tones than warm. And like I've been told you guys, I'm not a fan of his first eyeshadow palette at all. It is not the best neutral shades that I have in my collection. I feel that the formulation is chalky, it's not soft, it's not smooth. But when I was in the store and I swatched his new palette, I know I'm not going bananas. He definitely made the formulation of this one a little better than the first one because it feels a lot softer and a lot smoother. So I'm happy when it comes to that. All right, so let me show you really quick how I created this look. First, I'm gonna apply my tape. I'm gonna be priming my lid with the Jura Cosmetic eye base. I didn't set my eye base. I'm gonna be using a big fluffy brush, and with the first shade, this is messy. It was actually really powdery. So with the big fluffy brush, I'm gonna pick up some of the first shade and I'm gonna apply it on the inner corner of my eye. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more for my brow bone. And I'm gonna run whatever I have left on my brush on the rest of my lid. This is gonna help me set my eye primer without applying powder. Now with the E28 from Rose and Best Beauty, I think this is the E28. See, it's the one that looks like this. I'm gonna be picking up the gray shade, this one right here. And I'm gonna start packing the shade in the inner corner of my crease, right here. I'm gonna start blending it out, doing the tapping technique. So we need a lot of patience, and all you have to do is tap, 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 back and forth. And I'm gonna bring this only halfway into my crease. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more, and I'm gonna start building the color a little bit more. Perfect. It is giving pigmentation right off the bat, which is good. And then now I'm wiping off the brush down in the little towel that I have right here. I'm making sure that I'm wiping it down really good because now I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this first shade right here, which is the lightest shade of the palette. And I'm gonna be using this shade to blend the edges of the gray that I lay on my crease. Picking up a little bit more. And then now I'm blowing it up without bringing the color too high up. I'm wiping down my brush again, and the next shade that we're gonna be using, it's gonna be this one right here, the one next to the gray. But do you see how messy the palette it's getting? And oh my gosh, this is white. That is not a good look. But it's actually really powdery. And it claims no follow. I picked up a good amount of this brown, and I'm gonna start building it up on the other half of my crease, which it will be the outer area of my crease. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the gray. Tap, 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 back and forth. I'm wiping down my brush again, and this one, it's looking a little patchy. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this shade right here, this one, and I'm gonna use it to fix those little patches and also to blend the edges. So I'm applying it more on top of the brown. It is looking a little bit better. And then I'm gonna start blending it right by my brow bone with whatever I have left on my brush. I'm not going to apply any more shadow. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I don't have any fallout under my eyes, but there is a lot of kickback in the palette, and that's something that I don't really enjoy. I'm picking up the same shadow that I was using before, this one, but then now I'm gonna blend it with a little bit of this one that is lighter, and I'm gonna be applying this right on my brow bone, but only on the outside area of my brow bone, not the inside. I'm gonna blend this the most I can. I'm gonna make sure that there's no harsh lines. Now I'm gonna wipe down my brush again, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this one, and then I'm gonna apply this one in the inside area of my brow bone. Perfect. I'm gonna bring it all over. I'm gonna make sure that the shape and everything looks good. Now with a small blending brush, I'm gonna be using some of the black shade. I do think that the black that we get in his first palette, it's a little bit more pigmented than this black. I mean, it's okay. I really don't care about that. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. It's whatever. It depends. If you're a beginner, I guess this black will be a little better for you. But I do like the pigmentation of the other black. Plus, I feel that the black that we get in the first palette, it's a little deeper. Like, it's not just blacker, but it's also, I don't know, like bolder. Like, it looks darker, it looks blacker. I'm gonna apply this one right here on my outer V. Just like this. I did build up the black a little bit more. And that looks fire. Now I'm gonna pick up a packing brush. I'm gonna be using the one from Sonia G. This is the S2. See how the bristles, they're completely flat? You're gonna need a brush like this one. And I'm gonna pick up a good amount of this shade, which I'm gonna be applying right here on my tear duct and in the inner corner of my eye, leaving the center of my lid blank. And we're gonna be using another shade right there. I picked up a little bit more of the first shade, and I'm packing it on really good right here in the inner corner of my eye. With the side of the brush, I'm gonna pick up a little bit more for my brow bone, so we can give a little bit more light to this eye look. I do like the first shade on my tear duct. It's making things pop a lot. And then now with the same brush, but the other side, I'm wiping it down right here on the back of my hand really quick. I'm gonna be picking up some of this shade that is also light, like the one that we were just using before, but this one got a little bit of pinky, peachy in it. And I picked up a good amount. I'm gonna apply right on the center of my lid. And I feel that's the perfect Combo. You know, I'm creating something quick, something simple, something crazy, because to be honest with you, I didn't have nothing in mind, and I'm just combining the shades to see how they all look. I'm kind of using the most shades I can so we can see what's up with them. I'm picking up a little bit more, and I'm gonna make a transition between the center and the black. So I'm just gonna run the brush back and forth, back and forth. Now for my lower lash, I'm gonna be picking up a detail brush. This is the BK Beauty 207. And I'm gonna be mixing some of this shade with this one. And I'm gonna run it on my lower lashes. Bro, the kickback that this palette got, it is serious. Like, look at this. Can you see this? I don't like that at all. With the same brush, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the darkest brown, and I'm gonna smudge it into my lower lash so you can get a little bit more depth. I do have a little bit of fallout, nothing crazy, but I do. Now I'm gonna apply some eye primer. I'm using the one from Lancome, and let me go apply my mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, so here you have the look. What do we think? What do we think? I do love it. I mean, is it a must-have? No. 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 It's really not. And to be honest with you, I like the eyeshadow palette from Kim more than this new one from Makeup by Mario. And one of the reasons why I like this one from Kim is because it was giving me a little bit more cool tone than warm, and then he comes out with this one like here. The competition is real. But I do feel that this one, it's giving me like the perfect cool tone neutral shades with the warmth that I need, if that makes any sense. This one, it's giving me cool tones, but it's giving me more like, hey, do you want cool tone shades? Boom, here you have a gray shade. Like, that is not the way. You get what I'm saying? Like, this gray shade looks a little tacky in my opinion. I have gray shades in other palettes in my collection, so that's not the point. Like, that's not what I'm looking for when I'm picturing like a cool tone, neutral eyeshadow palette. Not a gray shade. You get what I'm saying? And this gray shade, it's not going to be my favorite for dark, deep skin complexion. I think it's gonna look very ashy. I don't know. I feel that I can definitely create this look with some of the other palettes that I have in my collection. I do feel that the formulation got a tiny little bitty better than his first one, but it's still in the same boat. You know, it's giving me the same. I'm getting the same vibe. I'm not like, I like it, but I don't love it. This is just not what I, you know, imagine, like what I picture, what I have in my mind when I think of my perfect cool tone neutrals eyeshadow palette. Like, it's just not, you know what I mean? Like, this is just too much. This is a straight up gray eyeshadow. Like, why are you giving me a gray shade? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you should have just, I don't know, created something like gray cool tone with a little bit of warmth in it, but at the same time nude. No. Like, there's no excitement. Like, there's nothing for me to be like, yes, 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 you have to hurry up and get it, you need it in your life, blah 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 blah, yada yada yada. No. So I'm not gonna make you waste your money. In my opinion, if you are like me and you love cool tone shades, actually I love cool tone shades a little bit more than warm tones, then I do recommend you this one from Kim Kardashian. Like, I feel like this one is giving a little bit of both. Yes, we have a little bit more warms than cool, but this is like pure perfection when it comes to like cool tone shades. And I wish that he would have gave us something like these two shades right here, but better, you know, more nude and softer and more delicate. But instead, he goes and give us this.
Oh no!
If I put this next to this, these cool tones, next to the cool tones right here, this looks tacky. You get what I'm saying? Don't forget to let me know what do you think about it in the comment section down below. If you love and enjoyed this video, give me thumbs up, subscribe down below so you can stay with me forever and ever. And also for more makeup reviews. And I love you to the moon and back. Mwah! See you on the next one.